Well, tonight at 5, these dangerously cold temperatures have caused many businesses to close, while others say they've chosen to remain open.
Plus, after UW-Madison canceled classes due to the cold, some students received emails encouraging them to come to class. But can professors ask that?
And a major Madison landmark getting a tune-up. What county leaders are saying about a plan to update the Dane County Coliseum. You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for staying with us at 5.
For days now, our First Warn weather team has been warning us about what was coming. These dangerously cold temperatures, the likes of which southern Wisconsin hasn't seen in more than 5 years. Well, those temperatures have arrived.
They are here, and we've got you covered throughout our evening newscasts.
Chief Meteorologist Alex Harrington joining us in studio, tracking these conditions for tonight and also on into the weekend.
Indeed, they are here. I think, mark my word here, I think Monday I think we're going to have 40 below zero wind chills come Friday morning, and we definitely had that. We have wind chills in the minus 20 to minus 30 range. It's going to last through tonight, through Saturday, going on all the way into Sunday. So we are nowhere near the end of this Arctic plunge right now. These are our future track wind chills tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock, nearly 30 below in Madison. So anywhere between minus 15 to minus 35 below zero again Saturday morning as dangerously cold wind chills. And those wind chills as we head into Sunday as well, here between minus 15, minus 25, just a touch warmer, so to speak. That's still on the cusp of dangerous. But look at Monday. Monday morning's wind chills now being projected at 30 below. And if that's the case, we're going to have to extend our alert day period from tonight clear into Monday. First Warn weather team will be first to let you know if we extend that into Monday morning. We have cold weather advisories, extreme cold warnings for all of southern Wisconsin going into Saturday. And this is going to stick around very likely as we go into Sunday, perhaps even into Monday. Current wind chills right now, Madison, minus 23, feels like minus 26 in Janesville, minus 28. It feels nearly 30 below right now up the interstate towards the Cab Douglas area. And I know folks are also interested from an infrastructural standpoint on the actual current temperatures out there. They're right around minus 10. So the actual thermometer reading out there is at minus 10. Tonight, we're expecting lows between minus 15 and 20. That's the actual air temperatures. And we're going to struggle to get above zero as we go into Saturday. When I come back in just a little bit, I'm going to show you just how cold some of those wind chills were in southern Wisconsin this morning. We'll retract those wind chills in case you missed it on what you could expect this weekend in the wind chill department. That's coming up.
All right, Alex, thank you. In these conditions, public health officials say it's very important to keep in mind the risks of hypothermia and frostbite.
Yeah, this risk is real. And here's a look at the warning signs for hypothermia: shivering, exhaustion, confusion, slurred speech, mimicking intoxication. So anyone who's been outside and exhibits those symptoms should get immediate help.
Now, frostbite can set in within minutes in these temperatures. At the first signs of redness or pain, get out of the cold and protect any exposed skin. And you want to see a doctor if you have any pain after taking a pain reliever and rewarming. If you have intense shivering, slurred speech, drowsiness, or trouble walking.
Well, there are a lot of businesses who simply closed because of the cold weather today, but some businesses are seeing actually more customers.
People are going to places like Kiva in Middleton to heat up today. Our Tanasia Shaw visited there today, and the employees say they're expecting a lot more people on their courts.
Hi, Susan and Eric. Yes, while a lot of people are heating up at home, some people are actually heating up the competition at Kiva. I visited the sports center earlier today where dozens of people played soccer, basketball, and tennis. For some people, this is just a part of their regular routine, and let me tell you, nothing will stop them from their daily pickup game. Now, for others, they are taking advantage of the cold day and icing out the competition on the field. While workers at Kiva say they are open now, workers at Kiva told me that they are open and always flexible to more customers on inclement weather days.
I know we have quite a few rentals come in today that usually are not on days like this. And this morning we had quite a few kids in our classes too.
I mean, it's cold outside, but inside it's an indoor facility, so I just brought him here, beat him, and now we're about to play soccer.
That was a little, heating it up with the smack talk right there. Kiva is open until 10, so I'm pretty sure right now there's more smack talk and the competition is heating up even more in Middleton right now.
It looks warm in there. It's a good place to be, Tanasia. Thank you. For the first time since back in 2019, UW-Madison actually canceled classes today. Of course, not because of the snow, but due to these temperatures.
Very rare. The alert came last night as wind chills dropped well below zero. Our Maren Rosen shows us how campus is adjusting.
Campus is looking pretty quiet for a normally busy time of the school day. But with wind chills falling well below zero, students at UW-Madison got the good news for the first time in nearly 6 years. For some students, the decision was expected.
Looking at the weather, I was kind of expecting it with like a -5 being the high. I think it's just dangerous for kids to be walking to class.
Others say they were surprised by the rare cancellation.
I was kind of surprised because, from my understanding, they haven't done it in like 5 years, and I was pretty sure that they were never going to do it.
While classes were canceled, many students still made their way to the library and to work.
I was going to go to the library. I have a hat, gloves, I actually have a face mask in here. It warmed up a little bit in the sun.
Others were happy to just stay inside, thankful that technology made it easier to keep up.
It's kind of nice now with technology. A lot of teachers are recording classes, so it's not like I'm missing out on actual content.
Although everyone is stuck inside for the day, at least students are getting an early start to their weekend. Reporting in Madison, I'm Maren Rosen, News 3 Now.
And UW officials say if you do need to be outside today for whatever reason, limit that time in the cold. Watch for signs of frostbite. As we mentioned, classes are expected to resume as normal once the temperatures warm back up.
You can track the forecast for yourself on the First Warn Weather app. It has hourly planners, road conditions, and radar. You can download it for free in your phone's app store. Just search WISC Weather.
Dane County has announced an accepted proposal outlining the next steps for the future of the Dane County Coliseum.
It's an investment that they say would help refurbish the distinct and historic building into a modern, state-of-the-art venue. Our Nash Dara is here with the story.
Hey, Eric and Susan, some exciting news in what has been a decade of reimagining for the renovation of a underutilized building that is monumental to the city. The big expected change is getting significantly more live entertainment at the Alliant Energy Center, which will go from hosting 2 concerts a year to a proposed 60. Changes to infrastructure on the dated building would improve fan experience. Current challenges the building faces are attracting events due to rigging, requiring more time than expected for lights and sound, while also having an older seating, restrooms, and concessions, which have an effect on the guest experience.
So the proposal that was provided to us by Frank Productions is $100 million. We believe that that is enough to reinstill life into the Veterans Memorial Coliseum, keeping it completely off of the taxpayer roll, ensuring that the county continues to invest in our core services, the health, safety, and well-being of our friends and neighbors across Dane County.
Alliant Energy Center Director Kevin Schiebler also said in 2025, out of the entire year, the Coliseum was only used 44 of those days. Eric and Susan, as of now, there is no projected timeline for the project as the county is still very early on in contractual talks, but Executive Director Agard expects it will be the second quarter of this year when more details are given to the public. All
right, a lot of history in that building. Nash, thank you. Madison police are still looking for a man they say committed an armed carjacking and then sunk the stolen vehicle into Monona Bay. It's now been more than 24 hours since police issued a report telling the public about the suspect, this man, 55-year-old Derek Newton. They say he was potentially armed and dangerous. Police say he has a gun and knife. If you see him, you're asked to call 911.
Right now, a death investigation is underway in the community of Mauston. Police there went to a home on East State Street yesterday where they found 73-year-old Michael Sanders dead. Police say the early results will be part of their investigation, but they say there is no threat to the public.
A criminal complaint is giving us new insight about a deadly crash in Madison earlier this month. The documents allege 30-year-old Jordan Killerlane of Sun Prairie did not have a driver's license when he hit and killed 77-year-old Mary Givens. She was crossing Packers Avenue the afternoon of January 12th when she was hit. Killerlane is charged with knowingly operating his car while his license was revoked, causing death. He's also charged with driving without an ignition interlock device. At a court appearance yesterday, Killerlane's bond was set at $35,000. He is barred from driving and contacting Givens' family.
Still ahead at 5, it's been 1 year since President Trump took office for the second time.
The News 3 Now sits down with Marquette Law School Poll Director Charles Franklin to talk about how voters feel about the administration 1 year later.
Plus, we continue to follow alert day conditions with dangerous cold forecast throughout the weekend. Alex is back with a look at when we could see a slight warm up.
Mixed numbers to close the week on Wall Street. The Dow falling 285 points. The Nasdaq, though, gains more than 65. The S&P added a little more than 2.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
It is 10 below zero.
What, you don't like it?
And it is going to be a very cold weekend. Alex is here watching the forecast.
And I'm going to show you, look at this image out here, Susan and Eric, right now. This is the Edgewater Skycam. If you want a classic bitter, cold, southern Wisconsin visual, this is about as good as it gets here, if you want to even call it good. This is about as bad as it gets, rather. Look at the steam. We got some folks out here on Lake Mendota here, completely frozen over, and we've got plenty more cold air in the forecast to keep that ice forming across southern Wisconsin as we continue to track alert day conditions, -20 to -30 tonight. Saturday, going on into Sunday. First, to let you know, it might last into Monday as well. Here's why. Look at the future track wind chill model here. -30 waking up to in Madison for that wind chill Saturday morning. We had cold wind chills this morning too. Hold on, I'll show you how cold those wind chills were this morning. Then we wake up to wind chills as cold as -15 to -30 on Sunday. A little warmer, so to speak, still on the cusp of dangerous. But the reason why it's a little warmer, the wind's just a touch lower on Sunday morning, but indications are the winds are going to ramp back up again as it goes Sunday night into Monday, and that brings those wind chills back down to right around -30 to -35. We may need to extend, as I mentioned, our alert day wording going on into Monday, and those winds will be gusty into Tuesday, perhaps even Wednesday and Thursday. We're not going to shake this cold, unfortunately, anytime soon. I try to be a bearer of good news, but right now we got to focus on the stuff that isn't so great, although it is winter in Wisconsin, and that means cold weather advisories and extreme cold warnings from time to time. This lasts into Saturday. Very likely going to see this extending into Sunday and then also extending into Monday. Just look at some of these wind chills from this morning. -46 in Fond du Lac, -46 in Darlington, -42 to the north, our friends up towards Juneau and Adams counties, -42 in Barneville, and right at the airport, -41. I don't think we're going to get down to -40 wind chills widespread in southern Wisconsin tonight. I think we'll stay right around -30. And then if you look at our wind chill and frostbite time chart here, what I want you to focus on is that little yellow box. And the color behind that little yellow box shows that it's going to be frostbite potential anywhere between 10 to 30 minutes. You don't want to be outside for very long at all. And earlier in the show, we were giving you some of those safety tips as well to avoid frostbite and hypothermia. We're thinking about you here in the First Warn Weather Team right now. We're looking at -23. That's what it feels like to your body outside right now, nearly -30. I guess my tongue is frozen here. -30 in Camp Douglas, -26 in Janesville. And I know folks are also interested in the actual air temperature. -10, as we just talked about, the top of the weathercast here. -10, pretty common, or at least close to, in southern Wisconsin. In Dane County, some -9s, -10s, and this is what we're up against for the actual air temperature tonight, -15 to -20. That's the actual thermometer reading. And then we have the wind chills to -30. And then high temperatures on Saturday, barely struggling to get above zero. And we can't rule out a couple of light snow showers and flurries. As you may know, there's a big winter storm to the south. It should stay to the south, but we can't rule out a flurry or two from Madison areas to the south and to the east. And all the way through the 10-day period, not seeing anything here in terms of temperatures closing in on normal. And I know some folks want to have some fun here. A brave viewer from Stoughton making instant snow. I'm not going to give the recipe for that because I want folks to stay inside and stay safe, but we do appreciate the picture. It's pretty dramatic there. And if you do have to take any pictures this weekend, again, limit that outdoor activity as much as possible because the First Warn Weather Team, we care about your safety.
Hang in there, everybody.
Yep.
Thank you, Alex. President Trump has officially been back in office for a year, but do Wisconsinites think the year has been successful?
Our political reporter Ellie LaLiberte is looking at the poll numbers this Sunday on For the Record and has a preview.
The most important topics for Wisconsinites are inflation, the cost of living, and healthcare costs. That's according to Marquette Law School poll director Charles Franklin. Franklin joins me this week on For the Record to recap Trump's first year back in office and how moves he's made have played out in the Badger State.
The other thing that we see is Wisconsin, like the country, is concerned about tariffs and really think tariffs have hurt Wisconsin farmers. And on that issue, even among Republicans, only a third think that tariffs have helped farmers, a third of Republicans think they've hurt farmers, and a third of Republicans think they haven't had any effect on farmers.
Overall national approval ratings for the president have come down over the course of the year, but it is slightly above where he was this time in his first term. Franklin says in Wisconsin, the president is polling slightly above the national average.
And you can catch Ellie's conversation with Charles Franklin this Sunday morning at 10:30 on For the Record.
Well, if you grew up around here, some of your favorite foods were likely from a church cookbook. An upcoming dinner is taking that concept and updating your favorite Midwestern comfort foods. James Beard finalist Chef Rob Connolly is the chef in residence at 7 Acre Dairy. He's made a special menu from 3 local mid-century cookbooks from the Paoli area dating back to the 1940s. And he'll be preparing recipes from these books in ways that honor Paoli's local women cooks of the past while putting his own spin on the dishes.
At the end of the day, I'm not going to be able to compete against your memory of grandma's food, right? Grandma's food is grandma's food. But if I can create something that alludes to grandma's food, that reminds you of grandma's food, but isn't a copycat, that's where success comes from.
Such a great idea. Some of the recipes Rob chose include Mrs. Bert Hendrickson's brown bread, Mrs. Hamilton's apple cheese slaw, and Frida Thelman's Swiss cheese pie. The dinners are tomorrow and Saturday night at 7 Acre Dairy. You can buy tickets to the event by visiting 7acredairy.com. 7acredairycompany.com.
.co, yeah, in Paoli, great place, by the way. Yeah. Don't those foods sound good?
It does.
On a freezing cold weekend like this.
Timing.
Programming note as well, if you want to sit on the couch, watch some football. Good weekend for that. The NFL playoffs continue this weekend. The AFC title game is right here on Channel 3 on Sunday. That'll be the Patriots and the Broncos kicking off Sunday afternoon at 2 o'clock. And, of course, the winner goes to the Super Bowl to face the winner of the Rams and Seahawks. And still ahead, Wisconsin isn't the only place getting severe winter weather right now. The massive winter storm that soon will be impacting states from the deep south all the way up to the northeast.
And immigration officials defend sending a 5-year-old and his father to a Texas detention center as businesses in the Twin Cities protest.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Well, you've probably noticed it's not just Wisconsin. More than half the U.S. population is facing snow, ice, and freezing temperatures from a massive storm sweeping across the country this weekend.
CBS's Nicole Valdez is in Nashville with more on what we can expect.
This frozen lighthouse on Lake Michigan is a beautiful image and a sign of things to come as a winter storm spanning 2,000 miles gets ready to bear down.
This storm is expected to cause major disruptions to your daily life, possibly for days.
Some 180 million Americans are under weather alerts as snow and ice move from the southwest through the plains to the northeast.
This is a very dangerous combination of heavy snow and extreme cold temperatures.
Salt spreaders are loading up in New York City, and there's concern of salt shortages in certain areas.
The problem that we are seeing, as well as other cities in the Northeast, is that the southern cities, who usually don't get hit with salt, are purchasing more and more salt over the last few days.
What you see behind me, that is a massive ton of salt, and really just a fraction of the several thousand tons that they have across the city ready to go for truck drivers to try to get onto the roads as soon as that winter weather starts to move in. Whether it's canned goods or ice melt, shoppers in the Ozarks stocked up.
It is a little stressful, especially if we lose power and there's no heat.
This hardware store in Murfreesboro, Tennessee has been a hot spot for days.
Shovels and salt are the biggest things people are wanting right now. If we get this ice, we're going to be looking at chainsaws, generators, extension cords.
Folks are also in it for the fun.
I think people are excited about the sleds.
The store selling more than 2,000 sleds so far. But this winter blast carries very real threats. North Texas is hoping to avoid a repeat of the 2021 ice storm blamed for more than 200 deaths. And airlines are taking precautions, canceling flights in advance. Multiple carriers are allowing travelers to rebook without change fees. Nicole Valdez, CBS News, Nashville.
In Minneapolis, the newest controversy over an immigration crackdown involves a 5-year-old boy named Liam. ICE agents looking to detain his father went to the child's house, brought the boy to the door, and took him away. ICE says his father abandoned him. Others claim the agents used the boy to lure his father outside. The Department of Homeland Security said the agents tried to reunite the boy with his mother, but she refused to take custody. They also claim the father asked to keep Liam with him, but witnesses, including the local school board chair, say that is not what happened.
Somebody else saw me and said to the agents, "School is here. The school is here. They can take him." And I said, "Yes, I'm here. I am here. I can help with that."
You offered to take him and you saw ICE agents drive away with the 5-year-old boy.
Yes.
Well, what are they supposed to do? Are they supposed to let a 5-year-old child freeze to death?
Well, the two were taken to an immigration lockup in Texas. The family's lawyers say Liam and his dad came to the U.S. in 2024. They submitted an asylum case and have been routinely following the steps throughout their immigration process.
Alex has a final check of our weekend weather when we come back. Coming up at 6, we continue our team coverage of the dangerously cold temperatures in Wisconsin right now and throughout the weekend.
Finally at 5, the world's largest Brat Fest, happening, of course, right here in Madison. 4 months away. We're all looking forward to that weather. We know who will be performing on stage this year. 75 local, regional, and national acts will perform throughout the weekend. Headlining the grand and main stages are Priscilla Block, Great White, The Lovin' Spoonful, and Rhett Walker. Other notable acts include Sugar Hill Gang, CNC Music Factory, Bucky Covington, Slaughter, that's Susan's favorite, Megan Patrick, and Natalie Lane. The family-friendly festival offers free admission, free parking, free live music. That's Memorial Day weekend, May 22nd to the 24th. I'm ready to jump right to that forecast.
Sounds good. Yes, May weather. Bring it on here. Wind chills to -30 over the weekend. I'll have the latest future track projection at 6.
Stay warm.